Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here again with World Watercolor Month and I am once again playing catch up. So anyway, today I'm going to be working on two of the prompts, and one is street food and the other is jacket. I live in Northern Ontario. We don't really have any street food that I could think of. We have one little cart outside of the Canadian Tire that sells sausages and hot dogs. That's the only street food I could think of. I mean, you can go downtown, you're not going to find any carts that sell pretzels like you do in Toronto. There's no pretzel carts. Or out on the highway, there used to be a truck that sold French fries, but that's been gone for years. So because I live in the north, our street food, well, our streets, they're bush roads. So I'm going to camp pretty soon for the month of August, for most of August, hopefully, God willing. And they're all little country roads, no pavement, just in the bush. And if you walk down our roads at camp, there is street food growing on the side of the roads in the form of strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and wild apples. There's hazelnut bushes. So there's food growing in the bush. There's choke cherries, which taste horrible, but a lot of people make jam and wine out of them. So yeah, so there is food growing on the side of our road, which I'm going to call street food. So anyway, I drew these little strawberries, and for jacket, I'm doing a yellow jacket wasp, and they love strawberries. So I'm doing more of a regular shaped strawberry instead of the strawberries that grow at my camp. The strawberries that grow at my camp are almost round. They're like, maybe like a heart shape. They're not quite as long as this, but I wanted something that was more recognizably a strawberry, so I'm doing more of a traditional strawberry. And this strawberry plant, and I plan on doing a greenish kind of background, maybe greeny bluey. The yellow jacket will be yellow and black, of course. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the sheer wings. There's some leaves growing here. And this one is supposed to be like a little green strawberry that just started out. I plan on using my Himi Gouache. So let's see how it's held up from the last time that I used it. Hopefully it's okay. I never know with this gouache from one day to the next how it's going to be. So fingers crossed it's going to be okay. So we'll take that off and we'll move this up. And it looks fine. Is any... Okay. If you think that's mold growing, it's not. That's just me dabbing white into everything. Yeah, because I mix the white with everything. I'm running out of white. So all those little pieces of white, that is not mold. That's just white. I hope. Yeah. Those are all the colors I used last. I got to learn to clean it better. So let's put it over here, and I've got this little tray here that can kind of sit underneath it. I think I'm just going to have to put it this way. So it's not all going to be on here, you guys. Sorry. So I did buy this nice little, I think it's actually a dog placemat. But it's really nice for, this desk is very slippery. Things fall off it all the time. But I should have gone one size up. I need it longer than what it is. I would love it if it was as long as this desk. But I couldn't find one that size. And I'm just going to put this paper towel underneath here. And I have some water off to the side where you can't see it. And I'm just going to paint this and not talk very much. And I'll come back at the end. Maybe I'll play music while I paint, or maybe I'll come back and I'll do a voiceover. I haven't decided at this point, but I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so here I'm showing you the brushes that I'm using. The three lighter green ones are from the Himi set, and the bigger one is just an artist loft brush. So anyway, I'm just wetting down my paint and mixing various greens, starting with the lightest green for the background. And I kind of wish I would have left it that light green. It's so cute and pretty and vibrant. But I didn't. I went over it several times. I made it too dark. I wanted the background to look kind of foresty, like all different greens. And I was trying my best to paint much looser, which is why I was using this really big brush, because I tend to get too detailed too quickly. So I was trying to do looser and less like the way I normally paint. And I kind of didn't like it, but I kept trying. So here you see me I'm trying to add brush strokes that you know how sometimes people, they make those like almost rectangular brush strokes and the whole painting is made of rectangular brush strokes that you could see. I thought maybe I would try that for, see if I like it, but I didn't like it. So then I thought, well, let's just try to add a lot of different greens in to the background. And the nice thing about gouache is if you do let it dry, you can paint over it. And if you don't let it dry, you can mix it right on the page, which is kind of cool. So that is what I'm doing here. The paint is not dry, and I'm just mixing the different greens right on the page. And I'm trying to get like a blurry, greeny background. And now I'm trying to make the outline of that one leaf in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm happy with how that leaf turned out and the bottom leaf on the right-hand corner. But on the left-hand side, I was trying to go for a more, they were further in the background and not detailed at all kind of look. And I didn't really like how they looked, and I played with those a lot, like a lot. So you'll see me going over the same areas again and again, trying to get it right, trying to make the leaves look blurry, but there in the background. And I do go over the colors a lot. I think if I would have stopped with the background right there, it would have been fine because I always forget that gouache dries differently. So when it looks dark, when it's wet, the darks dry later and the lights dry darker. So what you see when it's wet is not what you're going to get. And I always forget that while I'm painting. But I did enjoy this. I was watching, while listening to Grey's Anatomy while I painted. Grey's Anatomy is one of those shows that I comfort watch because I've watched it so many times. It holds no surprises. I love the characters. It just comforts me. So I wasn't watching, but I was listening while I painted. Sometimes I listen to music. And sometimes I listen to shows, like TV shows that I've watched a million times. And I just find it very, very soothing, and I just kind of get into it. I wanted the wasp's wings to have like a green tinge behind them, like that light yellowy green tinge. Now I'm going darker in the background again, and I shouldn't have. That one section that I just did, I wish I would have gone lighter with it. I liked it better later. But you never know until you try. So now I'm darkening up all the rest as well. And I'm still trying to do that loose blotchy look. And I don't think I'm a fan of the loose blotchy look, which is the whole problem with this painting. I think I like a more smooth, flat look for my backgrounds. And also, I don't have the technique right. Like, I see people do those loose, kind of blotchy backgrounds, and they look beautiful. Anyway, now I am working on my bright red strawberry, and I want it to be lighter right in that section where I'm painting it. So I made the paint more watery in that section. And again, I want it to be more stylized than realistic, but I am more drawn to more realistic paintings. So it's hard for me to do that sometimes. And now I'm just trying to go through with some darker color along the edges. And I'm not blending it. I want it to look, like I said, more stylized. And I could have easily blended it because the undercolor was still wet. Now I'm painting a little light pink heart in the middle because I thought that would be cute and make it look even more stylized and that light spot in the middle. And I'm outlining under the wasp where it would be darker. And now I'm adding another layer that is not quite as dark or light as the other layers, more like a mid-tone going with the darks. I want the strawberry and the bee and the upper right hand leaf and stem to be the thing that captures your eye the most. And maybe that little green berry, I want those to be the main focus and everything else kind of to recede in the background. That was my hope anyway. So now I'm working on the wasp, the yellow jacket wasp. I'm doing the yellow and I'm doing light yellow and then I go over it with that a deeper yellow. I don't know if I did that yet. No, I'm going in with the deeper yellow now just to give it some dimension, trying to give it some dimension. I'm working on the wings. You know, I could have just done, and I think it would have looked better because I was in a hurry. I could have just done the berry, and the wasp, and not done the background at all. And I think I would have liked it a lot better. But you know, you learn every time you paint, you learn something. And I have learned I do not like this kind of background at all. And it's could be that I just don't know how to do it right. But I was just trying to go for that more painterly look and just have some things look more detailed than others. But I really enjoyed painting the berry and the wasp the most. I enjoyed the leaf on the upper right hand side and the bottom, but I did not like doing all the rest of the stuff where I made it more like, I don't know what the word would be. I don't really have the terminology yet, but I didn't enjoy that. Like my brain was screaming, no, don't do it. No, don't do it. You're making it worse. Don't do it. So you'll see I play with those leaves in the upper part a lot. It's just that I was trying to push them back. I didn't want them to be more prevalent than the wasp and the strawberry. And I should have just painted them over and left them out. Now I'm painting another dark background leaf, but of course they're not going to look like this when they dry because that dark green is going to dry later. But see how adding that dark green makes the top part lighter immediately? Like, I am still learning about the importance of contrast. Like, I'll get a color the way I like it. Then if you add a contrasting color, it changes the way everything looks, which in this case was good. Now I'm playing with that top leaf again because I've decided, well, it's in the sun. It needs some lighter color hitting it. And that very top leaf was the bane of my existence because there's like two leaves curling around each other. They're not like good leaf shape. And I should have just done it detailed, but in like a muted paint. But I didn't, and I was trying to go for a blotchy look, and yeah, that leaf is still bothering me, and I still might go back and fix it. So you can see I'm adding more darker colors, and I should have left it where it was because it's at the top. It doesn't need that dark color. Now I've realized it needed lighter color because it's at the top, and I'm trying to fix it. That leaf has so much paint on it. And I thought, well, it's not blobby enough. I wanted it to be blobby like the background because I don't want it to be in focus as much. So I'm trying to fix that now. And now I'm working on the little unripened strawberry too and touching up the other leaves. Thinking if I make them more in focus, maybe the blobby leaf will fall back more. This was a really big learning experience. And one of the things I did learn is I don't do well when I paint without a plan. I did not have any plan going through other than I wanted the background to be like painterly and blotchy, and I just wanted the strawberry and the wasps to be, you know, but I had no real plan on how to do it. And I am still working on that top leaf because I hate it so much. And the stem. And of course, the other thing I could do later is just cut this out and cut most of that top leaf right off and make it a smaller painting. Now I'm going in and I'm adding the little dots on the berry, the little seeds. And now I'm adding those little curvy lines that show up in some spots around the seeds. Those lighter lines. And that's it. Okay, guys, so I am done with this. I've done as best as I can. And let's see what it looks like, okay? I was watching Grey's Anatomy while I painted, and I was having a really nice time. I forgot how much I love Grey's Anatomy. I've watched it so many times. It's my go-to. One of my go-tos for when I'm not feeling great. Anyway, let's open this. And hopefully nothing seeped under. So far, so good. And now this one. And this one. And last but not least, here we go. So I don't know if I'm going to go after and maybe add some pen, some fine liner here and there on the sky. I tried to make the background look mostly muted except for a few leaves here and there. I wanted the strawberry and the wasp to be the most things that stand out. Here's what it looks like, so like closer up. The Himi Gouache is a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed doing it. Hi, this is Kathy from editing. I did play with this some more. I did add some marker to the wasp, just a little bit, and I tried to fix that leaf on the top and make it lighter, and I hate it, so I probably will go back and fix it again. But let's go back to the regular video now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button, the subscribe, the notification bell, all of those good things that help as a channel. And this is for street food and jacket. So strawberry and a yellow jacket. So 2 days down and I'm still behind. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Whatever you're doing today, have a wonderful day. Take care, stay safe, and happy crafting, happy painting, and happy World Watercolor Month. Bye, guys.